Why is the picture? That's not good. Something's missing. I don't remember. Oh, I know what it is. This picture is too ginormous. How do I crop that background? I think that's, nope, that ain't it. Image 2. It's that one. I know it is. Why can't I crop it? What the? Boycott him. Boycott him. Yeah, guys, boycott me, bro. How do I make this image different, bro? This is annoying the hell out of me. Transform. Why can't I click it though? It's annoying as fuck. Boycott him, boycott him. Dude, how do I click on this? Oh, I know why now. Never mind. I got it, guys. Never mind. How's that look like that? Whoop-dee. See what part of the image I want. This one? Make it look like I play video games. I'm a gamer. Alright, now we got that. Then let's do... There we go. Alright, now we look professional. Is that professional, guys? How do we look? Alright, so we're live on TikTok, we're live on TubeTube, and we're ready to rock and roll. Alright, so today's topic is woe to those who write something down with their hands and say it is from Allah. Okay? Muslims request that. Alright, so the topic basically comes down to this. When you read Quran chapter, I think it's 279, if I'm not mistaken. It basically is blaming the Jews. Here, let me pull it up. It's basically blaming the Jews for writing the Talmud. Okay? And what's funny about that is they blame them for saying, yeah, this is from Allah. And when you think about it, the Jews are kind of doing that, right? Like, we know that they're doing that because I was having this conversation yesterday and I realized, I'm like, I could understand why Muhammad thought that people were corrupting their religion. Because you got the Jews. Muhammad basically wanted to be a Jew. He wanted to be a Old Testament Torah believing Jew. He wanted to keep all the stuff that was in the Torah. He didn't want to be a rabbinic Jew. That's the point. He was like, why aren't we stoning people anymore? He was like, why aren't we, you know what I'm saying? Why aren't we, you know what I mean? You guys get the point, right? But he saw what the Jews were doing, and I'm assuming rabbinic Judaism must have been what he saw, because he was like, they're writing stuff that is not from Allah. And we know, yes, Jews do that. They have the Talmud, they have the Mishnah, right? Yeah. No, Midrash. Is it the Midrash? No, Mishnah. I think it's the Mishnah it's called. And they have other texts. And so Muhammad was seeing this, and this is why he makes these verses, right? Like, hold on. Whoa, what does it go? Let me show you guys something. So, woe to those who write. So then he made this statement right here, right? In the Quran. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Yeah, 279. Chapter 2, verse 79 in the Quran. In the Quran. Right, guys? Everyone knows this is the Quran. Paleo Pass, you're alone in the chat. Yes, you are today, but you know what? That's fine. We'll figure it out together. All right, so it says here, look. Woe to those who distort the scripture with their own hands, then say this is from Allah. No problem. But look at the Arabic. So woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say this is from Allah. You see? So think about this, guys. Allah is accusing the Jews of writing a book with their own hands and then using it for religious purposes. Now, do the Jews do this? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Do the Jews do this in reality? Let me see. Who's going to give the right answer? Christians and Muslims are friends. Liar. The Jews do this, right, Ahmed? But what books do the Jews write with their own hands that Muhammad could possibly think they are saying it comes from Allah? Because if you really think about it, the Quran even says that they take their rabbis and monks as lords. Okay? So, again, what are the rabbis? What are the rabbis and monks? What is all making up rabbinic Judaism? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's pretty much the Talmud. So, in other words, what's interesting is that here we could say that he's blaming them for writing the Talmud.
Yo, Scary, I was going to come up earlier, but then the guy told me to boycott you.
To boycott me? The boycott. Yo, W to Still Good News. It's funny how his name is Still Good News. He sounds like such a positive character, but he's always talking shit. But Shad, you get what I'm saying, right?
I feel like the Jews don't like reading the Torah because it leads to Jesus Christ. That's the only reason.
But check this out. Check this out. Right here, I'm trying to understand. What's up, Ahmed?
It was good. So what are you trying to say?
So what I'm trying to say this is what I'm trying to figure out. This is weird to me, right? Because the Quran seems to be very upset with people who write things that are not the Torah and not the Injil, right? And then claiming that it's scripture. But what's funny to me is at the same time, the Quran is saying, oh, the Torah got corrupted, meaning like they maybe removed certain things or they added certain things that weren't supposed to be there. But then it literally takes the stuff that it says is corrupted and it gets it from the Talmud.
But the thing is, it doesn't say it's completely corrupt, by the way. Yeah?
It doesn't say it's corrupted at all.
No, that look. This is the thing, guys. Let's grant that. I like granting this because I don't know why we get
because in the Quran itself, it's written in the Quran itself.
Yeah.
One second. Let me get you the.
No, Ahmed, I'm granting that to you. You don't have to prove that to me. I'm one of those people. I'm with you. I say the Quran believes.
I ain't granting shit, bro.
I say the Quran believes that the scriptures are not that the Jews and the Christians were corrupting stuff. But what I'm saying is this, Ahmed. Okay, let's say the Jews were corrupting stuff. Can we find evidence of the Jews not following the Torah today? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what do they follow instead?
Talmud.
The Talmud.
Yeah.
But when Muhammad, when he makes these different narratives of the prophets that we can't find them in the Bible, where do we find them?
In the Talmud.
In the Talmud. So, isn't that kind of weird?
Super weird. Dude.
Which way? Like,
because you're essentially saying what you're essentially saying is that the Jews took a story out of the Torah in order to corrupt it, and they put it in the Talmud, but they preserve both of them for you to find the evidence. Does that make sense?
No.
Huh?
No. I swear no.
What do you mean no?
Like, I don't understand. So you're trying to say is
Look at the scripture. Look at the
they
scripture.
took a story from Talmud?
Yeah.
Jews.
Look at this scripture. Hold on. Wait, where'd the verse go? 79. My bad.
Yo, Ahmed, are you Shia?
No, I'm saying.
Look at this verse.
Awesome.
This is Quran 279, right? Look what it says. So woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say this is from Allah. So Allah doesn't like when you do this, right? When you write a book with your own hands that's not scripture. And we know the Jews did this. The Jews wrote the Talmud, right? But then Allah then takes from those books. So he's blaming them for the books, but then he's taking from those books. That's problem number one.
Because Allah read the Talmud and I was like, yo, that's a good point there.
He read the Talmud and he liked it better. But then the problem number two is you say that they took stories out of the Torah, but yet those same stories found their way into the Talmud.
Oh, okay.
So
you're saying,
yeah.
you can see.
So would it make sense that these people were trying to hide something if they're just putting it in another book that they still carry with them and they still openly teach?
This guy malfunctioning or something.
Hold on. Okay, well, give me one sec.
What's he doing,
Yeah.
bro?
Talk to
That don't
the
make-
viewer.
That don't make no sense, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's cap, to be honest with you. I think it's honestly cap. Like I was looking at for example, the verse where Muhammad, or the hadith where Muhammad he goes to Waraka, right? After he sees Jibril in the cave.
Yeah.
And he goes to Waraka. Let's look at that. Let's look at that hadith real quick. 'Cause
Like
that's
he dies and stuff. That part.
before he dies, but yeah, pretty much that one. How do you spell Waraka? Is it with a K or a Q?
A Q, I think.
Q. Yeah, it is with a Q. Here. Look at this. There's a lot of things that are weird about this. It says here, let me let this guy up real quick. Khadija took him to Waraka bin Naufal, the son of Khadija's paternal uncle. And Waraka had been converted to Christianity in the pre-Islamic period. And he used to write Arabic and write of the gospel in Arabic as much as Allah wished him to write. Brother
So he
Ahmed,
had the Bible with him.
he had the Bible.
Yeah.
That he was transcribing into Arabic.
Was Allah wishing him to write the corrupted Injil?
So I don't know.
That's crazy.
You know, the story doesn't make sense either.
Doesn't make any sense. But let's just keep going
So,
with it.
But like, is it like authentic though?
What? This hadith, of course, it's Sahih Bukhari. This is your most authentic source. Absolutely.
Like some of the parts, it says it's not like it's weak. Wait, let me
What?
just check it out.
No, hell no. You crazy? Sahih Bukhari is bro. You cannot say.
No, some parts.
No,
Wait,
brother.
what?
You
Sahih
cannot
Bukhari?
say Sahih Bukhari is weak, brother. That's stuck for Allah.
It's not like some parts. It
No, brother.
The
Sahih
word literally
Bukhari, no
means
way.
reliable Bukhari.
Yeah, that's why it's called Sahih Bukhari. It's not called Da'if Bukhari. Come on, brother. Who's taking a leak, though? What the heck? Bro, stop taking a leak with your mic open, bro. Who's doing that? Guys. Please, whoever's saying that Sahih Bukhari is weak, please do a Google and just confirm what you're talking about, because you're absolutely wrong about that. But my point is this. I want to point something out that's very funny. I started hearing from like Cora and I don't know who else, those Dawa people. They were starting saying, because people were asking about this situation where Waraka told the Prophet Muhammad that this is the same angel Jibril who was sent to Moses, right? Now, most Christians will be like, what? Jibril that was sent to Moses? Because when we read our Bible, it doesn't say that anywhere. Moses didn't speak to Jibril. Moses spoke to God.
In the Quran, Moses didn't speak to Jibril either.
That's the funny part, right? But anyway, Wadaka's just over here contradicting the Quran. But anyway, but we don't find nowhere in the Torah where the angel Jibril spoke to Moses. But you know where we do find it? You know where we do find a story of Moses talking to Jibril? It's not in the Talmud, but it's another book that the Jews wrote. That is a book of fairy tales, essentially. It's I think it's called the Mishnah, if I'm not mistaken. I looked this up yesterday. Hold on. Let me see.
Yo, who's in the shower, bro? What is going on?
Oh, bro, it's not me.
No, I think that was me.
Oh, okay.
Where is the story of Moses talking to Jibril as a baby? Where do we find that?
I don't really read the Jewish scriptures.
I found no story of Moses talking to Jibril as a baby.
Oh, you want to play me now?
What exists is the well-known Israeliyat tradition, where infant Moses is tested by
Nah,
fire.
damn.
Hold on.
But Jibril guides his hand to glowing coals.
Oh, here it is.
Moses then puts the coal in his mouth, which burns his tongue and causes his speech impediment.
Oh, she's trying to be too specific with me.
Al-Tabari, Ibn Kathir's tafsir of Surah Taha 20 Devil 27, and John Renard's book Friends of God.
Wait a
It
minute.
explains Moses' request to loosen the knot from my tongue, but involves no conversation.
What's an Israeliyat? What exists is the well-known Israeliyat tradition where infant Moses is tested by Pharaoh. He reaches for a ruby or pearl, but Jibril guides his hand to glowing coals instead. Interesting. Moses then puts the coal in his mouth. The hell? Which burns his tongue and causes his speech impediment. Oh, didn't Moses say he had a speech impediment when he first was told to go free the slaves? I think he did say that. Like he had a stutter or something. This appears in sources like Al-Tabari and Ibn Kathir's Tafsir. Wait a minute. So there's nothing in the Mishnah or Midrash. I think it's Mishnah.
I've never heard
The Mishnah does not contain this
Jibril
story.
speaking to
The
Moses.
Mishnah
That's
is a
all.
legal code from around 200 CE.
There was
and
one. I just
focuses
looked
on
this up
Jewish
yesterday.
law, not narrative expansions. The story of baby Moses and the angel
Hold
Gabriel.
on, we're gonna find this.
appears
Hold on,
in
Sajida
Midrash,
probably knows.
Specifically, Shemot Rabbah, Exodus 1:26 and 131. In this account, the infant Moses takes Pharaoh's crown.
Oh, yes,
To
here
test
it
if
is.
he understands its meaning, they place
Midrash.
gold and glowing coals before him.
Midrash, that's what it
Gabriel
is.
redirects
Okay,
his
there we
hand
go.
to the coal, which he puts in his mouth, burning his tongue and causing his
Yeah.
speech
So
impediment.
this is from the
This
Midrash.
explains his
Okay, now
later
watch
words
this.
in
Now watch
Exodus
this.
4:10
What is
about
Midrash?
Midrash is the body of Jewish interpretive literature that expands on the Hebrew Bible through storytelling, legal analysis, and homiletical commentary. It fills in narrative gaps, explains difficult passages, and derives lessons from the text. Shemot Rabbah, which contains the baby Moses story, is an example of Agadic Midrash, focusing on narrative and homily rather than law.
So these are stories that the Jews made up.
Midrash is traditional Jewish interpretation, not modern fiction. Rabbis used it to explain the Bible, fill narrative gaps, and teach lessons. The baby Moses story is an example of Agada, which are narrative expansions, not binding law.
So do they think that these events actually happened is what I'm asking.
It varies. Some traditional Jews take these stories as literal history, while others see them as interpretive teachings. Unlike the Torah itself, which is considered divine revelation, Midrash is rabbinic literature and isn't binding in the same way.
Okay. So you see what I'm talking about here? So the Jews do write things that are not technically from Allah. But this is where Allah is getting his narratives from. So I'm trying to figure out, is this corruption or what? Do you still consider this corruption? Where'd the Muslim guy go?
Oh, he
Gone.
probably ran.
Jesus.
You figured out that Moses never spoke to Jibril.
We didn't even press him that hard. Sajida, do you know anything about this stuff since you... Oh no, well you're rabbinic. You're not rabbinic. You're
Yeah, I just know a little bit just because I hear like, you know, my friends that were Orthodox who do have debates with people who are still Orthodox. Yeah, so that's where I get a lot, and then I like to watch the debates between like Messianic Jews and Orthodox Jews.
yeah.
So yeah, these midrashim, they're like
Midrashim. That's what it is.
folklore.
They're
you know?
folklore for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't understand is how can the Quran at the same time be blaming the Jews for writing stuff that's not in the Torah, but then taking those exact stories? And then at the same time saying the Jews are hiding it when, or hiding it and taking it out from the Torah when they're just still carrying the same stories in other books.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that a lot of the ideas that Islam has is plagiarized from.
It just seems more likely that Muhammad was just hearing a bunch of stories and he didn't know which one was which, and he didn't know which ones belonged in the Torah, which one was the Talmud, which one was the Midrash, right? That's more. I think the Jews were just confusing to him because he was like, I don't get it. Why are they saying they follow the Torah, but they don't have a temple anymore, and they're not following the laws of the Torah, but they got this other thing that they, you know, that their rabbis are making up. So then he says they take their rabbis as lords.
But if you think about this, right? Like just when like Islam emerged, right? It comes way after like the Second Temple being destroyed and Jews being dispersed out of the Holy Land, and all this persecution that the Jewish people had to go through. And throughout history, you can see that they weren't allowed to carry around the Torah, or they'd get persecuted. So they would have like these messages within this folklore. So it just seems like these stories, right? So now you have Muhammad's 7th century Arabia. There's Jewish people there. They're converts, right? They're Arabs. They converted to the Jewish religion. And this is how they're communicating with each other. So Muhammad is thinking this is the actual scriptures, but it's not.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and can we just like, I don't know if people don't get this, but can we agree like at the time these people didn't have TV, right? They didn't have TV, they didn't have movies. So this is what they would do. And it didn't seem like it was evil intent. It seems like they were just like, let's make stories out of the stories in the Torah to highlight certain principles, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To highlight, also to like protect the community. And that's why Midrashim became a thing. Because they're being heavily persecuted. So they were hiding their religion within these stories.
Right. So, for example, look, I asked for some examples. It says, for instance, Abraham's rejection of idols, including the destruction of his father's idols and his debate with idol worshippers, is found in the Midrash. Right? And this ends up being in the Quran 674. Another example is the baby Moses story, specifically the episode with the glowing coal and the speech impediment. It's from Shemot Rabbah, which appears in Quran 2025. Also, the story of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, where Solomon has knowledge of the hoopoe bird, and a jinn brings the queen's throne. This is from the Targum Sheni to Esther, another midrashic work. So this is not corruption, guys.
No.
This is just Muhammad getting confused by the Jews.
100%. And the Jewish people would never like claim that this is like the Torah that was
Right.
revealed by God to
Right.
them.
They know it's not. They know it's
Mm-hmm.
not. For they know these are like the ones we. These are the stories we literally made up, and then here's the Torah, which is the real thing. But they're not
Mm-hmm.
hiding them. The Quran's acting like they're hiding them.
Yeah.
It just looks like somebody who came late to the party and he wasn't reading the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Muhammad.
there's two like categories of midrash just to like be like,
Yeah.
just for the purpose of the live. There's one called halacha, which is the law. That's taken seriously, right? Because it is basically how Jewish people follow the laws that are within the written Torah.
Okay. Okay.
Then you have the Agadah, which is like an imaginative like expansion of the certain biblical narratives, but everyone knows that that's not to be taken literally. It's
Right.
imagination. It's
So it just the only one who doesn't seem to know what's going on is Muhammad. Like no matter
Yeah,
what
yeah.
topic you look at, he's just lost.
That's why you don't read.
That's what happens when you don't know how to read, bro. You have to listen to what people are telling you. So he was just hearing stories. Poor Muhammad. Let me see something here. Where would Muhammad get the idea that there was only 9 signs given to Moses? Is that found anywhere, or is that unique to his story?
No, I think he just removed the.
I think he purposely left the Passover out
Yeah, he just
because
left it out.
if you ask me, that entity in the cave is quote unquote Allah, who was a fallen angel. And of course, the Passover is going to be kept out of the Quran.
Great. So it's crazy because he knows what he wants to leave out, essentially. Like he knows what he wants to leave out. He don't like certain
yeah.
things. That's what it looks like
That's
to
why.
me.
That's why I actually believe that there was an actual entity in the cave.
Like an entity.
Yeah, like not like an angel, obviously, but a demon or something that was
Yeah.
speaking to him.
I just think, to me, he just did whatever was easier, right? Because if you think about Passover and all the feasts, that's a lot of work and a lot of money. That's a lot of wasted resources, essentially, that you have to do all those things. You get what I mean?
It points to Jesus.
That's true. I believe that, but because I don't like to think that he had an actual encounter with nobody. I don't think he met nobody.
You think he was lying the entire
I think
time?
he was just lying the
ain't no
whole
way.
time. I swear, wallahi, he
The
was
devil
lying the whole time.
definitely has a hand in this.
Maybe like to me, like maybe in some like in the way that the devil makes me do things too, but like not in like, you know what I'm saying?
So I don't know how you view the divine council, right? Or like fallen angels.
Okay.
These are like, angels that rebelled against God. They chose to. I feel like one of them is Allah.
One of them's Allah.
Yeah, so it is real.
The thing is that the
But-
thing that makes me see or feel like it's not is because literally everything that he did can just be easily explained. Like there's nothing crazy. Like there's nothing crazy for me about this story. He's just a guy who lived in an area where lots of people passed through. Everybody had their own gods, right? He probably saw the Jews and the Christians as the most impressive out of that group, so he picked them with their religion. And he just heard stories and picked the ones he liked. Like it seems very simple and easy to understand, right? And then like with the prophets, he was just, oh, I like the prophets, but he's like in his mind, he's like, how could these prophets sin? That's weird. So he just removed that, right? Like what's
wasn't
hard about it?
intelligent enough to do all
And then
that.
he's like, how could God come as a man? So he's like, no, we're not gonna do that either. What's right? What's a Trinity? Why would the Son of God or why would the prophet get crucified? So he removed that. And then just said, okay, on top of that, I get to sleep with whoever I want. Give me your daughter, give me your cousins, give me money.
Give me your money.
And
Run your
that's
pocket.
it. Run that. You know what I mean? And then that's it. Like, what's so hard about this? I really don't get what's the appeal here, guys. I don't get it. What is it?
Because it perfectly keeps people away from their salvation. And I don't
Yes.
believe that a Bedouin Arab who can't read and write would do this on this level without help from the
And
devil.
how hard is it to just make something up, right? And then when people will be like, "Well, that's wrong, brother. That's not how the story goes." He'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's because you corrupted it." Like, how hard is any of this to like? It's all easy, and then he can't remember shit, and he's like, "Oh, it's because Allah made me forget it." Like, it's like the most obvious deception I've ever seen in my life, bro. What's up, your species, whatever your name is?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Scary? How are you?
Good, man. Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. No, I just wanted to add, you don't give the prophet enough credit. Like to go from a society that is backwards, that are, they're unaliving their own kids, a bunch of idol worshippers,
Yeah.
and to take that from that kind of society and to unify it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're made up of a lot of tribes who were warring with one another, right? So
Yes,
one person
yes.
unalives someone from one tribe, and it just keeps going on for centuries. And so he took all of that, and he made it into a world religion with with its own culture and society, and spawned a lot of the Muslim Renaissance.
The
So
let me-
it all
Renaissance?
came out of
Start the Renaissance.
yeah.
But brother, let me ask you
Well,
this
I
though.
mean,
Let me ask you this.
but-
Does that mean everyone
well-
else has to believe it?
No, that's up to you if you want to believe it or not.
It's like a
But aren't
an
the
Arab
tribes
thing.
still warring today?
It's like an Arab thing, right? Your speech. How do I say your name? Your
Your speech.
your speech is light. Oh, that's interesting. So it's like an Arab. It's just Arabic propaganda, right?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by Arabic propaganda?
So
What you mean by that?
he took a. Okay, do you know what fan fiction is?
Yes.
All right. Can you give me an example of fan fiction, just to make sure we're on the same page?
Yeah, I mean, you're a fan of I don't know, some character, and you create fan pages and things like that around it.
Yeah. It's like literally like so everybody else understand. It's like taking Star Wars, and let's say in the movie Star Wars, they show a scene where Yoda was, he's been active in the whole movie up until this point, and then all of a sudden Yoda's like, "Yo, I need a break. I'm gonna go take a break," and then and then in the movie he disappears for a month, and then he comes back. And then somebody would take that month and say, "Oh, I'm gonna create a whole story out of that month." And then, what did Yoda do during that month? You get what I'm saying? And then they make a story, but they have to try to make it line up to where it doesn't contradict with the other parts of the narrative, but somehow it circles back into the real movie. You get what I'm saying? This is what Muhammad was doing with the Jewish prophets.
You mean he took all of the bad stuff that they were saying about the prophets, and he
Yes.
cleaned it up? Is that
Yes. That's all he did, but it was all according to his whims and desires. Like, he just didn't like the way that the Jews portrayed their
theologically,
prophets.
though.
Theologically, what? Don't
So
say theologically.
let me ask you this: Do you now believe? Well, okay, fine. Do you now believe that if a God sends prophets, do you now would it not make sense for that God to make sure that that prophet
No.
is sinless and
Hell
doesn't
no.
lead you into
Hell no.
Why?
Brother, when I first read
Why?
the Old Testament, I'm going to tell you why. Because when I first read the Old Testament, like, for example, the story about Moses, right? Or Jonah. I like Jonah. Jonah is awesome. Like, God calls them, and they're like, no, hell no, I don't want to do this shit. Leave me alone, bro. Like, I like that, because that's how I would feel. You get what I'm saying? Moses was like, no, I got a speech impediment. I'm not good at talking. I can't do this. And then God would say, don't worry, lean on me, depend on me. I will guide you. I will lead you. That's way more relatable. And I feel like that's what the Jews were trying to get across when they were making these stories. You get what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, when I see David
So my
committing
connection,
adultery or whatever, I'm like,
my
I
connection
commit
was really
adultery.
bad. So
What? Brother, don't
I
you
was saying
commit
my connection
adultery?
was really bad, so I missed a lot of what you said. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Do you commit adultery?
Did I or do I?
Have you ever seen
I'm
anybody
married, so
Okay,
of course
stuff for a lot. Maybe you didn't, but a lot of people commit adultery, right?
I'm a good Christian
Yes, of
man, so
course.
no.
It's just regular stuff, dude. Like there's no so it's showing you, brother. It's showing you is weak, sinful men. What happens to them when they depend fully on God? That's all it's showing you. That's a real prophet. That's a real messenger. I don't want some guy that's like doing things that are unattainable. What kind of example is that?
So then how do I know? So then how would I know if that prophet is going to lead me into sin or not? Like I would basically have to question everything he does.
What?
You say that, but then Muhammad leads you into every possible sin. So what are you talking about? What sin does Muhammad not
Well,
lead you
maybe
into? He literally has
maybe
he literally commits adultery and just calls it something else. He commits murder and calls it something else. He does, I mean, what possible thing?
He lies and says it calls it something
He
else.
lies, and he says Allah told him that he created a way to absolve him from his oaths. Like, what the fuck is that?
He gives Muslims way to
I
lie
know.
as well.
Huh?
He gives Muslims way to lie as well.
No, I want to know this, your speech. What sin? So, okay, from the biblical narrative, you're not supposed to lie. You're not supposed to murder. You're not supposed to commit adultery. From that
Yeah,
paradigm,
so-
did Muhammad do those things?
Yeah, so maybe the Sunni Muhammad, maybe,
Oh, he's
but
a
not in the
Shia.
Shia paradigm.
The Sunni Muhammad.
The Sunni Muhammad, yes.
You guys have a different Muhammad?
Our narrative about who he is, what he did, is completely different. You
Who
can
was he?
almost
Who was
call
he?
him a different person.
Who was he, bro? Explain them to me. Give me the Sunni.
So okay, so
Give me the
I'll give you an
2-minute
example.
breakdown. No, just give me the breakdown from the beginning to the end. So the Sunni Muhammad met Jibril in a cave. He preached
Yes.
in Mecca. He got persecuted. He went to Medina. He became powerful there. Came back, took over Mecca, took over the Arabian Peninsula. Then started to like do stuff towards Rome. Is there anything different so far there from the Shia Muhammad?
Yeah, there's a lot of differences. One, the Sunni Muhammad would be bewitched. He would forget verses of the Quran.
The
He
Shia
would,
Muhammad?
No, the Sunni.
No,
You
no,
know,
brother. Now,
he-
okay, fine. But I'm just
was-
from what I said. Those general points that I gave are those in line with the Shia Muhammad.
The general
Or no?
point, yes, but that's not what we're disputing, right?
That's
We're
the
not
part that I
disputing-
care about. That's the only part I care about. Did Muhammad go on raids? Did he raid caravans?
The answer is yes, bro.
Did he set up peace treaties with the Jews in Medina and then later fight them?
When they broke the treaty, yes.
Yeah. When they broke the treaty, right? Brother, like, come on, dude. Let me ask you about this treaty. That's this silly, goofy treaty. I got you.
Okay,
I
sure,
got you.
sure. Go
Medina
ahead.
was a Jewish town, right?
No, it was not a Jewish town.
Brother.
It was ruled. So Medina was predominantly two main Arab tribes, the Aus and the Khazraj. So there were two
Brother,
main tribes.
hold on.
And along with those tribes, there were also Jews of Medina.
Hold on. Was Medina a
what
Jewish town?
No, it was not a Jewish town at all.
Okay, hold on. It says Medina was not exclusively a
There were
Jewish town.
Jews living there.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
It had a very large Jewish population. When Muhammad arrived in
Yes,
622 C, hold on, brother. In Yathrib, it had three main Jewish tribes. Hold on. But who? Oh, Jesus, it's hearing my whole speech right now. Stop. Who had the power? Who had the power in the town, and who was the majority?
So I believe it was the Arabs, the Aus, and the Khazraj.
Okay, fine. Anyway, So all right, see, that's even worse then. So now we have a minority Jewish population getting infiltrated by a bunch of Muslims, right? Do you think they like that or no?
No, they did not like that at all.
Of course. And can you blame them?
For not liking it, no, can't blame them for not liking it.
Okay.
But
And
I
what
can
about
blame them for betrayal, breaking the oaths, for treason.
brother? What about Mecca? Mecca was definitely a pagan town. We could say that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm trying to get you to see here, brother, is I know how you guys view Muhammad, but I want you to think if this was today. We got people of all sorts of different beliefs. Imagine if a guy came and said, "You're all wrong. Take these idols out of here." What would happen to him? He wouldn't be received well, right?
No, he wouldn't. But if they attack him and they unalive his followers and they boycott him and if all that stuff happens, it would be against the law, right?
Brother, I think so. Don't you think you're a little bit of playing the victim here? A little bit?
I don't think I'm playing the victim. I'm just trying to show you like an objective view, right? So I'm not playing both. Like I'm not trying to be like very one-sided, but objectively speaking, if a person came right now and said, "Hey, I have this new religion," as long as he doesn't hurt anyone, he should be allowed to say what he wants to say.
Let's put it this way, brother. If the Jews had never broke a peace treaty, or the pagans had never broke a peace treaty, would Muhammad not have taken over the Kaaba?
If they have not broken a peace treaty, I think eventually he would have through other means. Yes, I believe he would have taken over through other means.
So why are we playing games, brother?
But
Like,
not through-
what is the point of us making all these stories up? Like, this was the intention from the beginning, and he was gonna do it no matter at what cost. All these stories about, oh, they broke our peace treaty. It's just cope, bro. It's just.
Yeah, but it would have been. It's a
lie.
It would not have been war, though. It would have.
It would have absolutely been war, brother. Nobody's just gonna give up their religion and their Kaaba. What are you talking about? It's not gonna be war.
The reason why they fought him is because he was influencing their children, right? So.
Oh, bro, stop it, bro.
Children,
Stop it. Stop it.
wives,
Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
people with-
Whatever angle, brother, whatever angle you want to bring it from, okay, he was influencing their children. Okay, that I think that's a valid reason to kick him out of the town. I would have did the same thing. The problem that I have here is this mindset of Arab supremacy. That's the issue that I have. Was
I
God?
have that problem too. Yeah.
You
So
have
I
that
agree
problem
with you
too?
there.
You do?
I agree with you there. No, that's
Whoa.
the problem. I agree that's the problem. Arab supremacy should not have been a thing.
Okay.
I don't believe that he brought Arab supremacy into the
He did.
picture. I think
He did, he said it.
100% he did, brother.
said
Think
it.
about it.
He
You're
said
not. Are you?
himself.
Wait. Are you not Arab? Are you not Arab?
I'm not. No, I'm African.
Okay, think about this. Was the God of the Bible, and I want you to be very precise. I know this is a very slippery answer. Sometimes people get confused. Was the God of the Bible ever called Allah?
In the Bible, not that I'm aware of. No,
Okay. Anywhere. Was he ever called Allah? No, right?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Because the Jews were Hebrew. They wouldn't have used the word Allah in their time. And then when Jesus came along, they were speaking Aramaic. So they would have said Ilaha in that case. And they definitely did not think that was his name.
What is going on?
Muhammad is coughing. You with me?
I'm so sorry, guys.
You're
I hear
good.
you. I hear you.
They wouldn't have thought that was his name. You're good. They wouldn't have thought Allah was his name. Right?
Yeah, I don't understand the point though. Like, what's the point you're trying to make?
Arab supremacy.
No, it's look. If I go to
They're
a
literally
different
telling you. They're literally telling you. Look, they're like, it's the same God. It's the same God. You just can't call him what you've been calling him anymore.
You can't call him Yahweh.
You can't call him Yahweh.
Okay,
You can't
look,
call him
if
Ilaha. You can't call him Adonai. Now it's Allah, an Arabic word, specifically an Arabic word. And you can't pray to your
Okay,
God
but-
anymore in your language. Now you have to pray to him in Arabic. 5 times a day.
If I can just answer, okay, if I may answer. So
Go ahead,
if I
go
go
ahead.
to a different, China, for example, right, and I want to speak about God, I'm going to use the word that they use in Chinese.
No,
It
you're
doesn't
not.
mean that now all of
Don't
a sudden
lie.
it's Chinese.
Don't, brother, do not
You know what
lie.
I mean?
If any of those guys, yes, at first you're going to try to supplicate to them because that's what Muslims do. We're on your side. It's the same God. You believe in Jesus, I believe in Jesus. Okay, now say your Shahada. Let me show you how to speak in Arabic. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because
It's a lie, right? It's Arab supremacy. They just wanted to take a
your
Jewish
speech.
religion and make it Arabic. And then
I
if I pray the 5 daily
Look,
prayers in English, does it count?
just a second. I can't talk to two people at the same time. Let me just get my thought out, and then I'll hear you out.
Mm-hmm.
If I am, I mean, this is an Arabic language. It was brought down in Arabic language, so it doesn't mean that Arabs are now superior because we're using. That's not the reasoning for it.
Brother. That doesn't fly anywhere in any world. Look at it. It was revealed in Hebrew initially,
Christians pray in English.
right? Christians still talk in English. Nobody's telling you have to say things in another language except for y'all.
Yeah, look, if I was Jewish and or if I'm not Jewish and the only religion we have is Hebrew, that's like the Abrahamic religion, I would call God whatever name that they called him. It doesn't mean they're superior.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look, if the Jewish religion is the only Abrahamic religion, right? And I happen to be non-Jew, I'm an African, and I come to learn about the Jewish religion, and I believe in its being the right religion. I would call God by the same name that they call it, not because I believe that they're superior, or I would never interpret it to think, oh, this is Jewish supremacy, because they have a word for God.
But are they asking you what you're missing the point. You're talking about what you would do. It's not about what you would do. It's about what has been done. Because again, you guys want to swear that you come from these two religions, but then you don't want to do anything that they used to do.
Such as?
Like, for example, their God was Yahweh, number one, right?
Yo, your speech. You know when you take the Shahada, if you remove Allah and put Yahweh, would it count?
Of course not.
No.
Exactly. That was his point.
What about if I said there's no God? What if I said there's no God but God? Would it count? No. You want me to use a specific sound, right? That denotes a specific God. That's the problem. It's Allah. So that's weird. That's weird to me. Because that just shows Arab supremacy. Let me ask you this way: the Quran that's in the tablet in heaven. What language is it in?
It's in Arabic.
It's in Arabic.
Interesting.
You don't think that's weird?
I mean, it's the look. If I understand it to be that this is the language that everybody speaks.
Guys, bro, what are we talking about?
So wait, when I go to heaven, I'm going to be speaking Arabic?
So yeah, do you see the supremacy here? You don't see the supremacy. From the beginning, before the planet existed, God was speaking Arabic, but this is not Arab supremacy. This is not Arabic propaganda.
So what we believe is in the hereafter, the believers will all speak Arabic. I think that's just.
Yo, come on, bro. Come on.
And then the unbelievers.
This is Arabic supremacy, dude.
I want to say something.
Unbelievers who go. This is my last point. The unbelievers who go to hell will end up speaking Persian. So Persian is the language of hell, and Arabic is the language of heaven.
Ain't no way. The people in hell will speak Persian?
Yes. Persian is the language of hell.
This is racism 101. Go ahead, Muhammad. Go ahead.
Let me say something. Scary. I didn't know. How much do you charge for barbecue Muslims? Because you've been cooking this week since I dropped online. Please give me a good price on some barbecue Muslims. Because bro is cooked.
Wait, can I get a source on that? Scary. I want a source on the
Farsi, bro.
Wait, I want a source on the Farsi because you know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Scary? The majority of their like most respected classical scholars that gave
They
them
speak
their
Farsi, yeah.
hadiths, for example, yeah, they were all Farsi speaking.
Yeah, they speak Farsi.
That's
Wah,
Wait.
right, right? So
wah.
you don't see Iranians or Shia Muslims being butthurt because their Farsi
Scary.
language
Yeah.
is the
Just
Ask
language of
provide
him
the
what's gonna
source.
happen to the Iranian Muslims.
What happened, please?
Can you ask Muhammad what will happen to the Iranian Muslims if all
It's
Persians,
not in
if
Muhammad
the, if
speaking, it's your
It's
the
speech.
language
speech.
is in hell is Persian?
It's speech. It's speech. Speech. What about that? The Iranian Muslims. What happened to them?
what
Ask
happened.
Muhammad. He's telling you that the Persians.
No, that was speech.
Nah,
That
that's
was speech,
speech,
brother.
that's
Speech said that. Speech said that. Speech said that.
Oh,
I'm Nick.
speech.
Muhammad's real name is Nick. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you, brother.
Go ahead, speech. What will happen to the Iranian Muslims?
The Muslims who believe in the Prophet and his family, they will be in heaven, and
they'll-
provided they're good Muslims, they do good works.
Uh-huh.
The Muslims who don't follow the family are they're gonna end up in hell.
And they'll learn Arabic when they get there, when they get to heaven.
We'll just know it, yeah. So even if you don't speak Arabic, you've never learned.
Bro, this
let's
is
say
the most propagandized bullshit ever, bro. What the?
you'll
Yeah,
just know
this is
You'll-
propaganda, bro. This is propaganda, dude. This
I mean,
is.
that's what the hadith says. Like, what am I
I
supposed
know.
to do?
I look. If you
Where's this
can't
hadith? Where's
see,
this
brother,
hadith?
if you can't see that this is just made up, I don't know what to tell you. Let me show you something real quick. Let's go. Let's look at some substance here. You know the
Why are
hadith
you
where?
doing that?
No, I got it already. It's already here. Hold on, let me pull this up. You know the hadith that says that Wadaka spoke to Muhammad the first time?
I know it's yeah.
All right. So look at this. Wadaka said, this is the same angel Jibril who was sent to Moses. Right here, my bad. On the screen, you see it? This is the same angel Jibril who was sent to Moses. Okay. Where did Wadaka get this information?
So this is the Sunni Muhammad, not the Shia Muhammad. So we
Oh.
don't believe in this.
Did he not know that in the So did Muhammad
Well-
know that he spoke to Jibril in the Shia Muhammad?
Yes.
How did he
yes,
know? How did he know there?
He knew that he was a prophet before he was a prophet, and he knew Jibril before he officially started his mission. When he went to the cave to officially start his mission, that's just the formalization of his prophethood. But
Okay.
he knew who Jibril was. He'd
Okay.
met him before.
All right, let me just fast forward then. Let me just fast forward in the story then. So look at Quran 279 then, okay? Woe to those who write the books with their own hands, and then they say this is from Allah.
Like
Okay.
The newsman do that. The newsman do that.
Paul and Ezra did that.
Okay.
What?
So now, do Jews have books that they use as scriptures that are not from Allah?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are those called?
Nevi'im, Ketuvim, Midrash, Zohar, etc.
Okay. So those books are bad, right?
They are bad. They're saying that Tamar is a prostitute. Rahab is a prostitute. Jesus
Yeah.
is coming from Tamar.
Yeah,
Rahab, the
and
prostitute.
who wrote these books?
Ezra,
The rabbis.
the Sepharim,
The rabbis.
the scribes. Rabbis
rabbis.
don't do that. No, scribe. Sefer in Hebrew. Sefer.
But isn't it all rabbis talking in the Talmud?
The one, yeah, but Sefer are doing this.
Okay,
The
but you're
rabbis are
missing,
saying it.
you're missing the point,
The
right,
one is
sir?
Sefer.
Brother, this is why I don't like talking to you. You think you're too smart, bro. Calm down, dude. You know what I'm saying. The rabbis are in there, right? So the Quran says they take their rabbis as lords, essentially because they're taking their law from the rabbis instead of from God, right? But then those same books are what the Quran uses to source their prophet story material.
No, that's a conclusion you come to, but it's
No,
not.
it isn't. I can find there's over 40 different narratives that come from the Midrash, from the Talmud, and other Jewish and Christian texts.
It doesn't come from those
Can I
texts.
say
It comes
something
from
scary?
God. And there's only one God who revealed those texts. And so the same God is now telling the same story that he told in the previous books.
But wait, let me ask you this. So did they corrupt it or not? Because what you're saying, that what you're trying to tell me now is that they do still have the stories. So do they have the stories or not?
Some of the stories are true, some of them are not. Some of them have been modified and changed.
So, but
Can I say something scary?
What happened,
please? Because I hear this argument a lot that they come to my Bible for to confirm the Quran, and they use this, well, the Bible's corrupt, but only the parts of the Bible that condemn their Quran is corrupt. And then when you give them a hadith or something, oh, that was a Sunni hadith. Oh, we don't accept that hadith. Look how convenient that is. To
Everything is convenient. It's
no. But when you say Bible, when you say Bible,
everything.
you have to.
No,
what do you mean
speech.
by Bible?
Speech. We got you. Muhammad didn't know what Bible was because he's literally trying to say, to me, it's very convenient, like the brother just said. He's trying to say these Jews took stories out of the Torah, and then he's saying that they wrote other books, right, and claimed that it was from God. But then Muhammad is quoting those other books and finding the stories that they say they took out of the Torah. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they take it out of the Torah and put it in the Talmud just for you to find it and complain about it?
And just so happens the parts that they don't like in the Bible, Talmud, or the Torah, it's magically
Yeah.
corrupt.
It seems much more likely to me, speech, that Muhammad probably just saw the situation that the Jews were not following the Torah anymore because they turned into rabbinic Judaism. And then he was just like, but he couldn't tell which part of their stories were from the Torah or from the Talmud, so he just took a little bit of both. And then just said, yeah, they corrupted their books.
Well, you want to know why he said that? And I'll keep this TikTok friendly because you dropped me last night. And I apologize.
Muhammad, it's because you're interrupting a lot.
Okay,
Just
go ahead.
Keep it chill. Go ahead, speech.
Yeah, so I mean, look, that's one conclusion you can say. Or the God who revealed those stories is the same God who revealed it in the Quran. So you see, so if I'm telling, if there's an event that happens and I'm the original author of that event, and it was picked up by different news outlets, and then 30 years later I tell the same story, it's not all of a sudden sourced from those other articles. It's still coming from me because
I'm not, brother. I know you guys can squeeze that interpretation out if you really want to dilute yourself. But what I'm saying is, where's the corruption? I don't see corruption when all you're doing is you're telling them that they're erasing stuff, like as if they're making it disappear. But then you're quoting their other books that they carry around, and you're pulling from those sources.
See, this is where we're getting there's a contention because we are not pulling from.
Why would they take it out of the Torah and put it in the Talmud, and then they have both? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. If they're really trying to hide the story, they'll just hide it and get rid of it, and it's gone. Why would they put it in another book that they carry around? They carry around both books.
Why do they need my Bible?
We don't need.
So like the story, for example, of Moses talking to Jabril, that comes from, what was it again, Sister Sajid? A Mishnah? Is it Mishnah or Midrash? I forget. It's Mishnah. You know, or the same thing with the Christians. They take well-known Jewish and Christian folklore, sleepers in the cave, Muhammad and I forgot who, going into this cave, and then a spider builds a web over their thing. The infancy gospel of Thomas, the Syriac legend of Alexander. All these things are from Christian fables, completely made up narratives, and the Quran is taking them and saying, oh yeah, these are the real story, guys. You don't think that that's weird?
You know what, though? All of these things, look, if that's my starting point, I would say, yeah, that is weird. But instead of looking at that, I would focus on the core of like what it is, the core of the message. And then if I believe in the prophet and the core of what he's saying, if it makes sense, if it's logical, then
That's
I believe
that's
everything else
where
that comes after it.
that's literally
Right?
speech where Muhammad pulls the wool over your eyes because he is appealing so much to what you want to believe in the to begin with, right? Then he can throw in all these other things that are clearly wrong, and then you're just like, well, as long as I can believe in one God and God didn't come to the earth, I'll accept it.
Wow.
Moral
Yeah, the
issues,
foundation,
all
right?
sorts
Like,
of
what's the
more.
foundation of religion?
But you can do that without him. You could believe in one God. Don't believe in the Trinity. Don't believe that God came as a man. Just believe in one God. What's wrong with that? Why do you have to at the same time deny all of human history?
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why. It's crazy.
I'll tell you. So, and I think, I don't know, maybe Christians have the same thing. I'm not sure. But in the Quran, we have
Hey,
the
yo,
story of God asking all the angels to bow down to him in worship, or to bow down to Adam, to honor Adam. And all the angels do that except for Satan. Satan refuses. And he says, I'll worship you for as long as you want me to worship you, but I'm not going to bow down to Adam. Right? And so God wants us to do what he wants us to do. We don't get a choice to pick and choose. But God did not accept Satan's worship,
Brother,
right? Because he
brother,
asked,
it's like you were almost there. Like you were just you were on the cusp of getting the point, and then you just completely went backwards. What we're trying to show you, brother, is that Muhammad more than likely made this whole shit up. I mean, it's pretty damn obvious. Let's start with, for example, Abraham. All of a sudden, taking a 3-month journey when he's 100 years old.
Allah cannot distinguish between the Talmud, Sanhedrin, and Muhammad copied folklores. Talmud.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read that real quick. LOL, Allah cannot distinguish between the Talmud, Sanhedrin, and Muhammad copied folklores. Exactly. Brother, we got the story in the Bible, right, of Abraham is that he was an old man. He couldn't have kids anymore. God promised him some miraculous kid. His wife was old. They were old people. And so, they had Hagar or whatever, and they kicked her out with her son, and they went down the block, right? And that's it. They separated from there. In your version of events, these people, for some reason, decided to travel for, how many months was it? Like 2-3 months, I think it was. For no reason, just to make sure they definitely get to Mecca, and so that they could be Arabic all of a sudden.
and then, for no reason, God commanded him to go there.
Not in the Bible.
Yeah, but we don't follow the Bible, so I don't understand what the point.
What I'm trying to show you is, again, they're taking these narratives just to make it Arabic. That's all they're doing. They're stealing stuff. But let me show you where this gets funny. So you got an old man. Hear me out.
Not causation.
Brother, I got you, but I just wanted you to see probabilities, right? This obviously I can't definitively prove anything. This is ancient history, but look at the probabilities. You got an old man and an old woman supposedly traveling 3 months to Mecca with no food and water, right? And then there is no natural way of explaining how they would have survived. So what does the Islamic paradigm do? It creates a magic well. Oh, I forgot she hit a rock or something, and it turned into a unlimited well, an eternal well.
I've seen that before.
But yeah, you could go to that well today, and it has American plumbing in it. Right? And then supposedly she traveled between Safwa and Marwa, right? These two mountains. But then when you go there today, they're not mountains anymore. And you ask a Muslim, how come they're not mountains? It's like, oh, brother, it's because we built the foundations. We built around it so high that we covered 2 mountains, and now they're just mounds. Nobody names mounds. When have you seen Mount Everest? Like, that's not a thing. No, there's no mountains there's no, you get what I'm saying? So the whole story's made up. You look into history and people who like study travel routes, and they say Mecca was not a travel route at that time. There was no way for life to be sustained, and it's completely off the path. There's no water. There wasn't trade routes, right? And then you look into other stuff, and they say the most likely scenario was actually that this was actually happening in Petra, and then you find evidence of mosques that had the Qibla direction towards Petra.
So I'll look into that. I don't know much about the Safa and Marwa. Like, are they mountains? Are they?
They're not mountains, bro. I promise you. You can Google it right now. They're like 20 feet, 30 feet mounds. That's all they are. It looks like a toy, like some toy, like prop that people just put there. Doesn't even look real. And these were supposedly mountains before. But then you ask a Muslim and they say, oh, it's because we built the Kaaba foundation so high that we covered 2 mountains. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I don't know too much about it. I'll have to look into it.
Scary. Even that story you brought up about the angels bowing down to Adam. That's not even in the Bible. That's in like Jewish apocrypha.
Mm-hmm. Look at, I'll give you another one. Have you heard about Dhul Qarnayn?
Yes, of course.
Do you know the story well in the Quran version?
I know it well enough, but again, I don't agree with a lot of the assessments they make about it. But I'm curious what your perspective is.
Okay, so in the Dhul Qarnayn version in the Quran, it's the Jews essentially and the pagans. They asked Muhammad. They made like a test. They wanted to ask him, you know, if you're a true prophet, you should have knowledge of these certain characters or whatever. One of them was Dhul Qarnayn. So Allah reveals. They ask you, oh prophet, about Dhul Qarnayn. Tell them that we made him travel on a way until he went to the setting of the sun, until the rising of the sun, and then he found a people behind a mountain, and Gog and Magog, and then they build a wall, and then the wall, one day Gog and Magog will escape, and then when they escape, that's basically the end of the world. Okay? I want you to look at something. Let me show you something real quick.
I'm driving right now. I'm listening.
I'll read it out loud. Syria. I want you to. This is the Syriac legend of Alexander. Okay. Here, I'm gonna put it on the screen. This is the Syriac legend of Alexander. Right? Is a 7th century work of Christian Syriac literature. This is Christians who made this story up about Alexander the Great. What they basically did is, again, fan fiction, which is what they always did during that time. They took the pagan Greek warrior and they turned him into a Christian figure, just to make a cool story out of it. Okay, this same exact story that they made up made it into the Quran. Look at this. In the beginning of the story of Alexander declares his intentions to explore the ends of the world, and he promises to God that he will rule the world. He gathers an army in Egypt and then travels to the Fetid Sea. But it was not able to cross it. Instead, he finds the window of heaven, a portal essentially, that allows him to travel from where the place of the sun sets to where it rises. Exactly like the Quran. In the region of the sunrise, he travels to Central Asia and sets up camp near a mountain pass, only to be informed that he is now in the domain of the Persian Empire. He learns that beyond the mountain pass are barbarian tribes with Gog and Magog as 2 of their kings. Deciding to seal up their entryway through the mountains, he tasks his blacksmiths and metal workers from Egypt to construct an iron and bronze wall. He then reveals 2 prophecies about when the barbarians will penetrate the wall and bring about a world war. So your Islamic eschatology is based off of a Christian fairy tale about a pagan.
So I see the similarities.
It's exactly the same story. If you want me to show you the version. I know you don't. Okay, watch this. I'm going to show you the version in the Quran. You tell me if it's any different. Quran 1883. And remember, this is coming from the same God who's saying, woe to you who write books that are not from Allah. But then he's taken from those books.
See, you're making a conclusion that he took from the books.
Brother, it's
Which you don't agree
obvious. It's obvious. Look. They ask you, O Prophet, about, this is Quran now. They ask you, O Prophet, about Dhul Qarnayn. Say, I will relate to you something about his narrative. Surely we established him in the land and gave him a means to all things, and he traveled a course until he reached the setting point of the sun. Same thing the other guy did. And then he traveled on a different course until he reached the rising of the sun. Same exact journey. Then he traveled a third course and until he reached a pass between two mountains. Same thing the other story said. And he found in front of them a people who could not understand his language. Same thing the other story said. They pleaded, O Dhul Qarnayn, surely Gog and Magog. Same thing that the other story says, Gog and Magog. Should we pay you a tribute provided that you build a wall among them? Same thing the other story said. All right, he responded, bring me provisions. Then bring me blocks of iron. The other one said the same thing, iron and bronze. And then he filled the gap between the two mountains and he ordered blow them with iron and became hot, and he built a wall and molten copper to pour over it. Same thing. And then I'm sure you know that one day these people will break through the wall, just like the other one said, and that will bring the end of the world. It's the same story.
Okay, now let me ask you this. In the Quran, it says they ask you about Dhul Qarnayn, right?
Yes.
Which means that he was a known entity at the time, correct?
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. Exactly. You're 100% right. Yes.
Right. Okay. So he is a known entity at the time. So people knew things about him at the time.
Yes.
And
yes.
And if the Prophet relates the story according to how, according to the truth of the story, it just so happens to correlate. It just so happens to be the same story. It doesn't mean that it was taken from that other book.
Brother, what's funny about this story is that it's made up. Alexander the Great was not a Christian.
Right. So the Alexander the Great part is made up.
It's about Alexander the Great. That's who the story's about. These people, the Christians had made it up. The Jews and the Christians have stories about Alexander the Great that they made up. It's not a real story.
Did the Jews and Christians at the time believe that Dhul Qarnayn was Alexander the Great?
Yes.
Like, is that what Christians now believe?
Yes. Yeah. It's literally brother, you can look this up. A lot of different cultures made stories up about Alexander the Great because they all wanted to what's the word? Like culturally appropriate
their culture.
They wanted to culturally appropriate his image into theirs. They all did this. They all have a version of it.
Wanted his glory. Muslims wanted the glory for the story.
Mm-hmm. Because he was such a great conqueror that everyone had a story about him. But are we supposed to really believe that there was a guy who traveled through a portal? That really happened?
Yeah, so it's the problem with these narrations. So other than knowing that Dhul Qarnayn is not Alexander the Great, the reason why he's called Dhul Qarnayn, the two horns, is because
you're cutting out.
I lost him to shut up, bro.
You're cutting out, brother. You're cutting out.
I lost telling them to be quiet.
Brother, can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, okay, you're back now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying the reason why they call him Dhul Qarnayn, according to our hadith, is that he went to his people preaching the oneness of God. They disavowed him, and they struck him on one side of his head. Now, some hadith says that he died and then came back to life later, and then other hadith say that he went away for a long time
Wait, he came
and then
back to
came back a
life?
second.
So it's just a coincidence that it matches the Alexander story made up by the Christians. Brother, let me ask you this. Let me ask you so you can see how silly this is. Where's the wall that he built?
So the narrations are not clear on that. Some of them say that it's not on the earth. It's like some other world
No, it's on
somewhere
Earth.
in the universe.
Brother, it's on the earth. He built it when on his travels from where the sun set to where the sun rises.
Yeah, what I'm telling you though is that some of the narrations say that this is not on the earth. This is on a whole different.
So why are they gonna break through and get through? And how they're gonna travel? They're gonna space travel after they break the wall. Brothers, this is silly, dude. Let me give you another example.
Wherever they happen to live, right? So
Let me
they're
give you
gonna
another.
break through wherever they happen to live.
Yeah, let me give you another example. And just so you know, since we're talking about what scholars say, because I know you're cherry picking right now. That's not the majority position. Most positions believe that the wall is on the earth and that they just can't see it because Allahu Alam. Okay? Allah is just making it not visible.
Yeah, maybe the Sunni believe, yes. But
Sure. Okay, now let me ask you this. Where does the sun set?
The sunset.
Yeah, he says he traveled from where the sun sets to where the sun rises. Where's that?
Sun rises from the east.
Where? So you can get there?
It's supposed to be a directional, right? So basically, it's going from west to east.
No, it doesn't. It says he traveled until he reached the setting of the sun, and then he reached the rising of the sun, and he found it in a pool of muddy water. Do you know why people spoke like that before? Because when they would go to like the coast of wherever they were living, to them, I mean, if you've ever been to a beach and at sunset, it looks like the sun is about to set into the water. And if you're a 7th century person living in Arabia or anywhere and you've never had the ability to cross across, the sea, you might really think that I guess the sun's going into the water.
That's not a literal reading, though. It's not literal.
Of course
it
not.
Literally
Of
mean...
course not. Of course not. But let's read it again. It's
a figure of speech, right? So it's an allegory.
Brother, read it again. Look what it says. He traveled a course until when he reached the setting place of the sun. He found it setting in a spring of dark mud. What does that even mean?
Yeah. So here's the thing, Scary. You're not granting me my paradigm.
Why would I do that? I'm trying to show you that your paradigm's made up by somebody in 7th century that doesn't know how the sun works. He's speaking from his limited point of view. To him, it looks like the sun sets in water.
Right, just a second. If I can explain this. Look, the prophet said that I leave behind me 2 things. You hold on to these 2 things, you'll never go wrong. And it's the Quran and my family. And they will never be separated. Just a second, they'll never be separated.
Ya Ali.
Yes, they will never be separated until they reach me in the fountain of Kawthar, which means that I cannot take the interpretation of the Quran from other than the family of the Quran.
Right. Just take the interpretation that... Just fill your head with fantasies and tell yourself, oh, there's no way this has to mean something else other than what it clearly says.
But when you tell me
how
this
ridiculous!
Is what it
How ridiculous, brother! How convenient! How convenient and how ridiculous! So you can't just understand. So you can't just understand that there was a 7th century Arabian person just writing things from his perspective. That's not it. That's definitely not what happened.
Well, let's go back to the foundations of the religion, right? You're looking at the fruits and you're saying, hey, this is a bad fruit. But let's go to the roots of the tree. Is the tree good? Are the roots solid? And if it is,
foundations of the religion. Coming from a guy that said there's 2 Muhammads. There's a Sunni Muhammad and a Shia Muhammad. But he wants to go back to the foundation.
Right.
Scary.
One Muhammad knew how to write. The other one didn't know how to write.
Yeah,
One guy got a book over 23 years. The other guy got the book at once, and he just hid it from people for 23 years.
You don't find it suspicious that the
How's that
Prophet said, "Take
possible?
the family and the Quran"?
Sorry, there's so many questions. I don't know who's talking. Like, what's the question?
It's 7 roofs. Don't worry about it, brother. Brother, look, the same thing that you know how it says that the Christians are in doubt about the crucifixions because like everyone has their own opinion about it. It's the same thing about Muhammad. What's the difference? Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone who was there has a different opinion.
Yeah, so this is where you have to take what is massively transmitted, right? So if something is mass transmitted,
if you go by that standard, the Sunnis win on that one.
No, they don't actually. If you go by mass transmission,
brother,
Sunnis don't win on it because the most widely transmitted hadith across Sunni, Shia, Zaydi, the most widely transmitted number one is that when the Prophet left, before he left, he gave a speech, and in that speech he said,
Bro. Mathematically, you're wrong, bro. Mathematically, you're wrong. What are you talking about?
So going back to the beginning, right? Quran 279. I just want you to realize, brother, how silly these claims are. The Quran is literally blaming people for writing stuff. Woe to those who write books with their own hands and say this is from Allah. But then you guys are taking all the books that we're clearly telling you are not from Allah. It's a joke, brother. It's just a joke. It's all a joke.
Sure.
You know about that story. I don't know if the Shias and the Sunnis have the same story about the test that the Jews and the pagans gave to Muhammad. In the Sunni story, Muhammad took 2 weeks to give him an answer.
I think we have the same thing. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
And you know why he took 2 weeks? Supposedly?
Because he didn't get a revelation about it.
Yeah, but why? Why didn't he get a revelation? Because he asked for it on the first day, and he says the reason why he didn't get it on the first day. He says it.
He didn't say inshallah.
He didn't say inshallah. Huh?
Didn't say
What did he
inshallah,
say,
so
Scary?
it was delayed.
Say that again?
What did he say, Scary? What did Muhammad? Why did it take him 2 weeks? What did
He
he
said
say?
he forgot to say inshallah.
Hell of a prophet.
A'udhu billah.
So according to that narration, I don't know. Again, I don't know what's on our side, but according to what I read, he said, "I'll bring it to you tomorrow."
Yes,
But
and then he didn't. And then he took 2 weeks to get it. And then when he said, why'd you take 2 weeks? He said, oh, it's because when I asked for it on the first day, I didn't say inshallah.
No, that's what the Quran says. It says, "Don't say I'll bring something for you tomorrow. Say inshallah, something along those lines."
Okay.
Yeah, but can we
Okay, so he forgot.
Inshallah, these nuts.
So he took 2 weeks to get the answer, and obviously all he did was go and ask some Christians and Jews. That's why it took him 2 weeks.
If you want me to believe with a straight face, a new prophet just in the game, it's like an NBA rookie. He needs to show out, and he gets injured for the first 2 weeks.
And he flops it.
Damn.
Answer my question. Where is your speech? Is he Shia? Scary?
Yeah, he's Shia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he? Do you believe that Imam Ali is greater than every prophet besides Muhammad?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. See, you can't. You're dealing with people like this.
It's
Scary,
fine.
man.
It's fine. Look, it's the same. To me, it's the same thing. It's the same story. Didn't he have the same issue when Aisha was getting accused of having extramarital affairs? It took a month for Jibril to come and clear her name.
No, that's the Sunni narrative. It's different on our side.
What's different about it? Tell me.
The difference is that it wasn't the one who was being accused was not Aisha. She was actually the one doing the accusation.
Mm-hmm.
And she was accusing Maria,
Okay.
Maria al-Qibtiyya. So she's a Coptic.
Yeah,
she's
a slave. But how long did it take for her to get her name cleared?
I have to go back and check, but I think the whole thing happened in a short period of time. It didn't take months, and it wasn't Aisha.
No, it was 1 month. It was 1 month in the Sunni version. It was 1 month.
Yeah, according to her narrative, yes, but I don't recall exactly how long.
I'm assuming it's the same. I'm assuming it's the same on yours.
Yo, they really don't like her, bro. He said according to
It took
her.
a
Like
month
he said.
because it took a month because what they did was they just waited. They were trying to see if she was gonna get her period. So she got her period, and then they were like, "Oh, I got a revelation. She didn't have an extramarital affair." That's crazy.
No,
Justice for Aisha.
She
Justice
tried
for
to play
Aisha.
the victim instead of the aggressor that she was.
Y'all hate Aisha, bro. Like, what the hell, bro?
No, it makes sense
She's
why they hate
burned
Aisha.
out.
It does make sense. I actually found this out recently. Aisha was lying about Muhammad. She was.
What
She
did she
was.
say?
I agree with the Sunnis on this one. So I mean with the Shias on this one. So look at the stuff she did. Hold on, I actually just wrote a couple things about this. Let me pull up the first one. Look at this. First of all, look at this shot. You weren't here yesterday?
I think I dropped off for a bit.
Look at this. Look at this. Check this out. These people weren't even listening to Muhammad. Look at this. Sahih Bukhari 114. Ibn Abbas said when the ailment of the Prophet became worse, he said, check this out, Shad, bring me writing paper and I will write for you a statement. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Wait.
Did he know how to write? Did he know how to write?
Wait. What's going on here?
Check this out. I'll write for you a statement after which you will not go astray, right? But Umar said, nah, you're good, bro.
Wait.
Look. But Umar said the Prophet is seriously ill and we have got Allah's book with us. And that is sufficient.
It was a coloring book.
No,
And it
no,
was
no,
there,
no.
scary. And it was right there and there when Islam became political.
Of course. No, it was political before this. I'll show you a couple of things. Look at this. Chad, you're missing it. They had the Quran already. This is Muhammad's last 3 days. He's about to die, and he's saying, guys, bring me something to write. I have to write something for you so that you all do not go astray. What happened after Muhammad died?
They all went astray.
They all went astray. So he was actually right. This shows me that he was of sound mind still. He knew what he was talking about. Bring me a writing paper and I will write for you a statement so that you will not go astray. But Umar said the Prophet is ill and we have got Allah's book, meaning the Quran here. He's talking about the Quran. And we got the Quran with us. Huh?
He knew.
He knew he was gonna write something that was gonna mess up the whole plan. So he was like, nah, you're good, bruh. You're good on that. You're good on that paper, bruh. Look at this. But some of the companions of the Prophet differed on this, and there was a hue and a cry. There were people in the room going, no, bring him the paper. Hold on, super chat.
If you keep following the sun, you will never see it set. Say Malasay sperm come from between rib backbone, but when a male NTTS gets cut off, he can't make babies.
That's right. Thank you for the $10 super chat. If you keep following the sun, you will never see it set. The same Allah says sperms comes from the rib and the backbone, but when a male nuts get cut off, he can't make babies. Exactly, but look at it. Look at this. Hold on, we're gonna let up somebody's probably gonna crash out. What's up, boss? All right, he's muting himself. All right, but the companions of the Prophet differed about this, and there was a hue and a cry. On that, check this out. Does this sound like a man who's out of his senses?Ad, look what he says.
He knows what he's talking
about. Look. On that, the Prophet said to them, "Go away and leave me alone."
He was like, "Guys, get out of my room."
But he's very much in control of himself.
Yeah, I mean, they've already decided to differ.
Yes, he's like, he knew how to read the room. He was like, this is beyond, this is out of control. Right. They already got their mind made up that they're not going to listen to me no more. So he said, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, bro. Do what you're gonna do.
No,
This
I was
is
just
like
gonna say,
Jesus. This is like when
even if you-
Jesus told Judas. Remember when Jesus told Judas, he was like, "Do what you're gonna do, friend." Remember that?
He knew exactly what was gonna happen.
He
yeah.
knew it was gonna happen. So the betrayal is set in stone. Muhammad is not out of his mind here. He is He's like, "Yo, bring me a paper," and they're like, "Nah, you're good, bro." He was like, "Oh, word,
All right.
bet,
It's like
get
that.
out of my room, get out of my room."
Yeah, bet.
He was not out of his mind. And then look at this. On that the prophet said, "Go away and leave me alone. It is not right that you should quarrel in front of me." Ibn Abbas came out saying, "It was most unfortunate and a great disaster that Allah's messenger was prevented from writing that statement." Check this out.
Prevented from writing
Check
the
this
statement.
out. Check this out. Check this out. I want you to think, Shad, you ever seen all those movies where there's a king and he's about to die? Every movie there's a king and he's about to die. What always happens? Give me some scenarios that always happen.
He needs to give like a successor.
He needs to give a successor, but what always happens in all the movies when he's about to decide a successor? What happens?
Somebody
He always
comes
gets
in
knocked.
Everyone around him is trying to plot, right? They're all like, "How can we poison him? How can we unalive him in his sleep?
Correct.
Let's kill his
Scary,
son.
scary.
Let's
It's
kill his
scary,
son."
bro.
Right?
So you're telling me, for how long was Muhammad receiving revelation for? How
For
many years?
23 years.
For 23 years. From the start, they were all with him. They followed
Yes.
every footstep of him.
And remember-
they used to collect Muhammad's spit. If Muhammad spat, they will collect it.
Yes. And remember that the prophet doesn't speak from his own whims and desires. He only says what Allah wills him to, right? Look at this, Chad. I want you to look at this. We poured
But,
the
brother,
Sahih.
sorry.
What?
Sorry for this. Sorry for this.
Here comes the crash
But in Torah, okay, the God said any prophet he.
All right. Sahih Bukhari 4458. Sahih Bukhari 4458. Look at this, Chad. This is nuts.
Yeah, I'm writing this shit down.
Narrated Aisha. It's always Aisha, bro. Watch this. We poured medicine in one side. We poured medicine, mind you. We poured medicine in one side of the prophet's mouth during his illness. Check this out. And he started pointing to us. He started pointing like he couldn't even speak. He's like, ooh, 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 ooh. Right. Pointing to us, meaning to say, don't pour the medicine in my mouth. We said, oh, he's just saying this because patients dislike medicines.
Interesting.
Is Muhammad 5?
Now what Aisha was at a point in time.
Muhammad's not a 5-year-old, right? He's like 50 plus years old. Plus, he's supposedly dying. And you're going to tell me he's refusing medicine because he doesn't like how it tastes? Look at this. When he improved and felt a little better, he said, didn't I forbid you to pour this medicine in my mouth? We said we thought it was because you dislike patients have for medicines. Watch what he says, Shad. Tell me this is not in every King movie at the how it works. He said, let everyone present in the house be given the medicine by pouring it in his mouth while I am looking at him.
He thinks it was poison.
Did he trust these people?
No.
So now I want you to think of every hadith where somebody's a known liar and a known truth teller and a known this and a known that. Muhammad didn't believe in none of the companions, even Aisha. He said, let every one of you present in the house be given the medicine by pouring his mouth while I am looking at him, except Abbas. Look at this other one. Watch this. Hold on. Let me pull up the verse. Ali,
Which one is it? Sahih
4458. Sahih Bukhari 4458. Look at this one, bro. Now remember, the Shias thought that Ali was supposed to be the successor, right? Look at this. Look at this. This is the prophet. One of the last things he said when he's about to die, right? Look at this. Now to our purpose, right? Now to our purpose. O people, I am a human being. I'm about to receive the messenger, the angel of death from my Lord. Muhammad's about to die. In response to Allah's call, I would like to bid goodbye to you, but I am leaving among you two weighty things. The one being the book of Allah, in which there is right guidance and light, so hold fast to the book of Allah and adhere to it. He exhorted us to hold fast to the book of Allah and then said, the second thing he's leaving you, he's only leaving you two things. The second thing is the members of my household. And I remind you of your duties to the members of my family. He, Hussein, said, look at this. He, Hussein, said, who are the members of his household? Aren't his wives the members of his family? Thereupon he said, his wives are the members of his family, but here the member of his family are those for whom the acceptance of zakah is forbidden. And he said, who are they?
Ali.
Thereupon he said, Ali. And the offspring of Ali. Akil. And the offspring of Akil. And the offspring of Jafar. And the offspring of Abbas.
The Shia are right.
The Shia were right. And then it just gets worse from here. Then Fatima, Muhammad's daughter, she asks for, after they unalive Muhammad, Fatima goes and says, okay, give me my inheritance from all the stuff my dad had. They said, nope, we got to give it away to the poor. But then they kept it. And then Umar, the same guy who didn't let Muhammad write down his last dying will, there's stories that he also burnt hadiths after that. And he said, oh, guys, we need to burn the hadiths because the only thing that we need is the Quran.
I can understand the Shia position. It's scary.
He was a Quran only. And then, hold on. Yeah, you're right. Look at this. Aorta. Remember how we always said it was weird that Muhammad would make a statement about his aorta getting cut? He never said that.
Yeah.
Look at this. Narrated who?
Aisha.
Oh, that's why they hated me. That's why they hated me.
Narrated Aisha, the prophet in his ailment in which he died, used to say, you're not the one who killed me, Aisha. It was somebody who fed me some random food 4 years ago. This is what she says he said. In his ailment in which he died, used to say, oh, Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food at Khaybar. And at this time, what did she say? He said, I feel as if my aorta is being cut.
Ooh, he needs some milk.
Yeah, but I think that's a Sunni Muhammad.
And you know what's crazy about the food at Khaybar? Supposedly, even in the Sunni narrative, another guy ate the food with Muhammad. They both ate the food. And the other guy who ate it, he literally says, I can taste the poison. And then supposedly Muhammad still eats it. And then supposedly Muhammad says that he got a revelation that the food told him that it was poisoned. And then we're supposed to believe... Huh?
Is that after the fact?
I don't remember exactly the order, but it's weird. It's a very weird story. It doesn't make sense. And we're supposed to also believe that Muhammad is eating dinner from a Jewish girl whose family and husband he just unalived.
Which is stupid.
Would be the dumbest thing that you ever saw.
Bro, this is just House of the Dragon, bro.
Right. This is House of Dragons. Exactly right. Meanwhile, Aisha, you got to think she's 18 at this time.
Correct.
You think she's trying to spend the next 20 years with some old man?
Hell no.
Hell no. And then you got literal stories where Muhammad is supposed to go on a battle, and Aisha's like, oh, I need to stay because I lost my jewelry. And she stays with, I don't know if it was her bodyguard or what. And then people start accusing her of adultery when the 3 days pass. Yeah, a good-looking dude, another good-looking dude in the town. And then Safwan, yeah, that's his name. And then Muhammad comes and he says, oh, you know, people are accusing her, whatever. And he waits a month and he says, oh, I got a revelation that she didn't actually do what you guys are accusing her of. And all he did was just wait for her to have her period. So all this stuff, and remind you, Aisha the whole time, she's saying weird stuff, right? Like she's like, don't these women feel ashamed of themselves for throwing themselves at the prophet? It looks like Allah is just doing whatever you wish. Didn't she make weird statements like that?
Yeah. Your Lord.
Your Lord. She said your Lord. She said your Lord.
Your desires.
Your Lord seems like your Lord hastens to your desires the whole time.
Not our Lord, not our Allah, not our God, your God.
And then her father becomes the caliph after Muhammad. Come on, bro.
House of Dragons, tell you now.
Telling you, that's what happened. Oh, and then Muhammad's sons, I think Muhammad had 2 or 3 kids that he could have potentially had. They all died mysteriously. And then guess who was the next person to die almost like immediately, like 6 months after Muhammad? Muhammad's daughter.
Hey, yo, Scary, let me add one thing, bro. Let me add one thing about that whole...
And you know who prophesied? And you know who prophesied that Fatima would die? Aisha. She said, I heard the prophet say the first person who's going to die after me is going to be Fatima. What?
No way.
Yo, Aisha
Wallahi.
was on this.
She was plotting from
She was on it. She was on it. She was on it.
Yo, Scary. What? Yo, Scary, let me add one thing, bro. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
So about that with that adultery thing and Aisha being accused of that, apparently there were 3 witnesses, from which came that whole, you need 4 witnesses. So he added 1 because he was trying to cover that up.
There was an actual Quran verse revealed about this. It says something about accusing innocent women or something like that. It's in the Quran.
Yo, this could be a great show, I swear. This could be an amazing show on Netflix.
Huh?
This is a TV show.
It is, bro. It is. But just, bro, that one part where Muhammad is literally telling them, okay, now I want all of you to drink this medicine. That tells you everything you need to know about Islam. Everything. He literally thought they were all trying to poison him.
If the prophet didn't trust him, how can you trust the hadith? How can you trust the Quran?
Can't trust none of it. They were all suspicious.
We gotta start a hashtag.
Yeah, so now you have this scenario. You got the Umar and the Abu Bakr faction versus the Ali faction, right? And then Aisha's with the Umar and them. And now they're all writing hadiths. All trying to say, no, the prophet didn't say that. He said this. He didn't mean it like that. He meant this. They're all just making shit up to get their story pushed. It's all political. It's like House of Cards, bro. I don't know if you ever saw House of Cards. It's the same shit, dude. It's people just lying about everything.
Scary. Can you pull up Hadith 1757C?
Which book?
It's in Sunnah.com.
I know, but who is it? Bukhari, Muslim?
Yeah, this one is Sahih Muslim.
All right, Muslim. What is it? 7 what?
1757C.
And then I got one for you all, Scary, when you're done.
Okay.
So it's a long one. Don't read the whole thing, but I mean, you can if you want to.
What's the word?
Look for the word liar.
Okay. It says here, Abbas said, Commander of the Faithful, decide the dispute between me and this sinful, treacherous, dishonest liar.
Yeah, so this is Abbas wanting to settle some dispute he had with Ali. And so he went to Omar, who was at that time the Khalifa of the Muslims.
Okay.
And so he said, I want you to settle the dispute between me and this person.
Okay. So Commander of the Faithful is Omar here. Okay. Decide this
yes.
treacherous between me and this dishonest liar. The people who were present said, yes, Commander of the Faithful, do decide the dispute and have mercy on them. Malik bin Aus said, I could well imagine that they had sent them in advance for the purpose by Ali and Abbas. Umar said, wait.
Just a second. So there's another instance. So search liar again, I guess the second portion, and that's the area we're going to focus on.
Okay, right here. We do not have any heirs. What we leave behind is to be given. Oh yeah, this is for. Is this not the Fatima thing?
Yes, that's what happened with Fatima and Ali. They were asking for their inheritance.
Okay. So, but I just wanna. You demanded your share. Here we go. Here they said.
You're at the right place. So just read from where it says liar, the second instance where it says liar.
Okay, right here. We do not have any heirs. What we leave behind is to be given in charity. So both of you thought him to be a liar, sinful, treacherous, and dishonest. And Allah knows.
Pause.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what he's saying is that this is a testimony of Umar. So Umar was saying that you came to Abu Bakr and you asked for your inheritance, and Abu Bakr said no.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought of Abu Bakr to be a sinful, liar, treacherous.
Yep.
I don't know what the other thing. Yep. So basically, Umar himself is acknowledging.
Yep.
That Ali thought of Abu Bakr as a sinful, liar, treacherous person.
Yep.
And then he continues and he says, "You thought of me the same thing. You thought me also to be a liar, sinful, treacherous."
Mm-hmm.
So there was two factions.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can see there's another one where it actually Fatima is asking.
And by the way, Scary, when you get a chance, I have something to add too. Bro. This is all making sense now.
Go ahead.
So, all right. So after the Prophet passed away,
mm-hmm.
and Abu Bakr became the Caliph, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How long did Ali wait to give his bay'ah or his allegiance? He waited 6 months. Does that sound like someone that was satisfied with the result?
Hell no.
After that was Umar, and then was Uthman. But then after that, it went to the Umayyads, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then Ali was supposed to be the successor,
mm-hmm.
right? And you know what happened to Ali? And you remember the battle of the camels that happened between Aisha and Ali?
Yeah.
Like this is a dysfunctional family. Business.
Bro, Ali,
now,
you know that, right, Shad? Ali and Aisha fought. You know that, right?
Yeah, the battle of the camels. Okay. And remember, I want to take you guys all the way back now. When Muhammad wanted to marry Aisha,
mm-hmm.
what did Abu Bakr tell him?
He said he was too old. Oh no.
No, he said we're like brothers.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about. I was confusing him with Fatima. Yeah. He said we're like brothers. Yeah.
But you my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does that sound like someone that's okay with the outcome of this? So they needed Abu Bakr never forgot that shit. So he needed to be the caliph after Muhammad passed away. He needed the power.
Yeah.
And after the very first battle that he went into was people trying to renounce, say, hey, Muhammad is dead. We're no longer paying sadaqah or zakah,
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Rida Wars, the apostasy wars. That was the number one war that Abu Bakr has done. So this is all making sense now. It's just family feud that affecting like 2 billion people today.
Look at this. Look at Sahih Bukhari 3706. The Prophet said to Ali, "Will you not be pleased from this that you are to me like Aaron was to Moses?"
Can you look up a hadith, Scary, for me?
What's up?
There's a hadith.
Yo, my information going crazy.
Book 1, Volume 6, 298.
Wait, say it one more time. I didn't hear you.
Sahih Bukhari, Book 1.
Just give me the number, brother. Bukhari what?
Volume 6, 298.
Oops. I put Bukhari. While I was lying with the Prophet. Oh, I forgot I had another. While I was lying with the Prophet on a single woolen sheet, I got the menses. That one?
Is this the Janab? The 298, Book 1, Volume 6?
That doesn't work like that on Sunnah.com, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Let me.
What is this one about?
It's about menses is something different. But let me show you. I forgot I had another good one. Hold on. Let me find it. Abbas, this one.
And when you get a chance, can you tell us about Muhammad's night for 12 hours, if you can break that down for us?
The night?
Real quick. Yeah, you know the night.
Bro,
in the desert.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Hold on. There's one that says, do not bury me. Watch this. Please let me find it.
By the truckload.
Hold on. Shit. Where is it? Please tell me I have this.
10,000s upon 10,000s.
Yeah, what? You don't have it?
Hold on. Where? I gotta find this. All
right, let me say something while you're listening for that. You know, one thing that Muhammad asked for on his dying bed, he asked for a pad and a pen, right?
Oh yeah, we showed that one. Yeah.
All right, cool. What do you guys think he was about to write?
His will. Who's his successor? He's gonna write Ali.
Exactly.
He was gonna tell you to follow the Bible.
He's gonna write down. I was joking, guys.
You got punked. It's a prank.
And I always found it very curious that he said it's cutting my aorta when he literally said before that you would know a false prophet by cutting the aorta, right?
Yep. Aisha said that he said that.
So I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's Aisha that's also, offing him, right?
Yep.
What I don't
so it's
get
very
is
convenient.
The Quran condemns rapists, but they didn't stone Muhammad for Aisha. I find that ironic.
Hold on, guys. We gotta find this hadith. I gotta find this hadith.
You can do it.
I know.
Why are you doing that? Don't you find it weird as well? Like all the Sahabas watching him saying he can't read this entire time.
Yep.
And on his deathbed, he's like, "Give me a pen and paper." Everyone's like, "Wait, what?"
Got a lot of these nuts.
Man, Aisha always doubted his prophethood, man. And when you think about it, it's everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, even Ray Charles can see that the Quran and the whole Islam is full of bogus.
Yep.
Yeah, there's 2 billion people that believe it.
Believing in this.
Low IQ.
It's just Arab. It's just Arab supremacy, bro. They rather just.
Sunnis are like the Jehovah's Witnesses of Christianity.
And those are people that wake me up early in the morning.
Or you're atheist?
Are you talking to me?
Scary. Are you believe in God or?
Yeah, I believe in God, but I just don't like religion, basically.
I got you. I feel you. I don't. It's cool.
Here we go. Sahih Bukhari 1391. Look at this. Oop. Where is it? Look at this, Shad. Sahih Bukhari 1391. Aisha narrated that she made a will to Abdullah bin Zubair. Do not bury me with the Prophet.
Damn.
God damn.
This guy, bro.
Yo, she did not like this guy. Holy shit.
She wanted to be buried with the wives instead, the sister wives.
Aisha was cheating this guy the entire time. I guarantee it.
100%.
Oh yeah,
When
there's
Gehi
Tyrone somewhere in
she
there,
was
man.
having a time of her life.
Gary, do you know why they say all those incentives whenever they say Muhammad's name, like peace be upon him? Do you know why they do that? Because he's in hell right now.
Trying to get him
No,
out,
that's
bro.
why they say peace be upon him, because he's being burnt in hell right now till Allah judgment day puts a Christian or a Jew in his place. I'm not kidding. Ask him.
So yeah, I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, bro, I don't know what else does. It's just everything.
I'm just gonna look at Sinner.com and just type in Aisha, just find everything, bro.
There's probably a whole lot more that we don't know yet. I'm gonna do the same thing. I plan on doing this topic like all week, basically.
Yo, this is a refreshing take, man. I think you should build on this, bro. It's really a refreshing take. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm gonna do that. I think this is the most because there's so many narratives that get destroyed here. There was no trust. The hadiths are all political. Nobody was a confirmed known liar. Muhammad thought they were all liars. Muhammad supposedly does speak from his own whims and desires because the people didn't listen to him. They didn't listen to him about the pen and paper. They didn't listen to him about getting the not pouring medicine in his mouth. They were just treating him like he was Joe Biden.
Right?
And you know what's
But
even
if you
crazier?
disobey the prophet,
And you know what's crazier?
if you
Because
disobey the prophet, you got guts.
yeah, but that's supposed to make you a disbeliever at the same time. But then they didn't. When it came to the paper thing, they said, "Oh, it's because he was dying. He was 3 days away from dying." You know who else was 3 days away from dying when they listen and they did listen to him? Wadaka.
Call him Mo Biden from now on.
Yo, this is Walker's fault.
Wadaka died like a couple of days after he told Muhammad that he was a prophet.
Yeah, this is Walker's fault. I blame him.
So this is crazy to me. I can only imagine, bro, at that point. You know, and like I said about Muhammad.
You want to know something scary?
What's up?
Because the Jews hated Jesus, right? And it sounds like, because when you look at the numbers, like Aisha was 6, Muhammad was 54, that calculates 9. It was Islam was founded in the 600th century. It's all 666, and the Jews love to use 666. So I think the Jews created the narrative of Muhammad. It's a fake story.
This is Jason with Arizona Public Media.
No, brother, don't say that. Don't say that, brother. Don't say that. Don't be goofy.
Just want to call you for,
that's a goofy take.
thank you for your recent gifts that you donated. It's a 100% donor supported station. Your kindness and generosity keeps us strong.
Maybe he's a mod. He's a mod here, guys. He's a mod. Yeah, no, this is I wouldn't say that, brother, about the Jews. That's crazy. It's a crazy take. Literally, Islam is anti-Jewish. Why would they make that up?
So they can have an enemy in the end. Antichrist.
That's goofy. It's a goofy take. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it there. I do appreciate everybody who's with me today. Thank you, the King. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Muhammad Grape. Thank you, Speech. Thank you, Shad.
See you in a bit, bro.
All right, guys. So, I mean, look, we saw a lot today. Woe to those who write something down with their own hands, and then the Quran takes from those things that they wrote down with their own hands. That doesn't make sense to me. They stole from the Talmud. They stole from the Mishnah. They stole from the Syriac legends. They stole from the Christian fables. Like literally everything that the Christians and Jews tell you is not from God directly. They took those things and then said, oh, but they corrupted the Torah. So they took the stories out of the Torah, put it in the Talmud, but they were hiding it. That doesn't make sense either. We talked about what? Muhammad getting betrayed. They were all a bunch of disbelievers, didn't listen to the Prophet whenever it was convenient. Muhammad didn't even trust them enough to drink medicine from them when he was dying. All the hadiths now are called into question because they were all calling each other liars. And if they could write a piece of paper and put a couple good names on top of it, this would help them push their narrative and their agenda. Okay, so don't forget that when you're listening to all this nonsense. Oh, we have a chain of narrators and this guy was trustworthy and da-da-da. Muhammad didn't trust none of y'all. Shut the hell up. Okay? And then you have a prophet who tells you, I forget or am made to forget. I'm going to leave you guys with this one. You have a prophet who literally makes statements like this. Hold on. Let me find the damn hadith. You have a prophet who says that he forgets things on purpose to establish the sunnah. Did my story go away? Oh, here it is. Yahya related to me from Malik. Hold on. This is the guy, bro. This is the guys you guys believe in. Look at this. There's a lot of them that say that. Sunnah. Damn, he wrote a lot of things. Forget. Here we go. This is the one I want to leave you guys with. Okay, look at this. Yahya related to me from Malik that he heard that the messenger of Allah, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, I forget or am made to forget so that I may establish the sunnah. Somebody said veiled dilemma. Later. We might do it later or maybe tomorrow. This is the Prophet, guys. I forget things to establish the sunnah. This is how sunnah gets established. And you guys, and Muhammad, Muslims be like, Subhanallah. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. We'll catch you in the next one. Guys, follow me on YouTube. These videos are all up there, okay? Go watch them. Scary Hours Podcast. YouTube, thank you guys. Thank you guys who all super chatted today. That was great, greatly appreciated. You know, guys, I want to do this full time, man. If you guys, I need you guys to help me out for this, and I also want to, you know, bring more attention to the YouTube side, but I need more engagement here. You know, right now, all the engagement, unfortunately, is coming from TikTok, as you get like 50 viewers at a time over there, and people coming up. But you know, if you guys support, I'm thinking about integrating with StreamYard so that I could put a link in the chat that you guys on the YouTube side could also join the stream if you guys want to, you know, debate me or ask any questions live. But if you guys support, it'll make it that much easier. All right, anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate it.